The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? LB, Lauderdale boss, Shutterworth da Gawd artist, Soul Wars creator, Ring Gang innovator. Let's go.
Ring Gang in the house once again, yes sir. But before we start, our Star podcast tonight, we'd like to, extend our deepest condolences, thoughts and prayers to the family of Pernell "Sweet Pea" Whitaker, who was tragically killed last night in a hit-and-run car accident. I'll be the first to say that this dimmed my whole day, not just the morning. It'll probably dim my day a little bit tomorrow too. It'll probably take some time for me to process this, and I know myself and I know LB, Pernell was a big part of him getting into a gym, watching him, and like I said, in like Real Talk, if you love boxing, you love Pernell "Sweet Pea" Whitaker. If you don't, then take your ass onto another sport. You know what I mean? That's real. But we will talk. Obviously, Pernell Whitaker is. We're gonna talk about him more on a different podcast, where we're gonna have more detailed discussion. On his career, his legacy, his impact, especially how both of us, because we came up in the boxing generation of a Pernell "Sweet Pea" Whitaker. So. Stay tuned for that. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be one of our best podcasts ever. And I'm not just saying it just to be cocky, but I'm saying because it's real. Because that's all I know how to do is real talk.
Sweet cocky. So you gotta be arrogant with it. If you saying it's gonna be one of the best podcasts ever, then damn it, that's what it's gonna be.
You're right. You're exactly right. What I'm saying? But, I like to be humble. Sweet Pea was a humble cat, so I'm going to be humble a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, seriously, though, rest in peace to Pernell "Sweet Pea" Whitaker, man. It's a huge loss to the boxing world. Huge. But like I said, we will talk more in depth with him, about him, sometime later on this week. But, however, though, if we're on a different topic, on a more exciting topic, I should say, more, spirit brightening type of topic. This is the week of probably the biggest fight or the biggest welterweight fight in some time. We have Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, pretty much, yes. We have Manny Pacquiao, who holds the regular version of the WBA welterweight title, and he faces off against a young gun, young undefeated Keith "One-Time" Thurman, from LB's area in Florida, undefeated, and he is the rightful WBA, holds a super version. I roll my eyes at super because I can't stand the WBA and the designations of the welterweight title. But before we get into that particular fight, we definitely want to run down the undercard, because there are 4 other fights on here that are, for once, have some meaning to them. They're not just, they weren't.
And it could be entertaining. And could be entertaining.
And yes, it could be very entertaining as well. That's the important part, because it's always good, because if we're paying for something this whether we're pay-per-view or theater or or free 93, or something like that, you know what I'm saying? It's good to have entertaining fights on the undercard. Exactly, and it's even better when you have those undercards where there's probably some sort of implication going on for the winner or loser. You know what I'm saying? So that, with that being said, I will go talk about the first card, and this is technically not on the pay-per-view, but it is a very significant card as it will take place on the FS1 card that airs before the pay-per-view. The fight that I am talking about is IBF Super Middleweight Champion Caleb Plant will be defending his belt against Mike Lee, who's actually dropping down from light heavyweight for the shot. And this is a guy who's been a career light heavyweight. LB, what are your thoughts about this fight?
Wow. I don't really play games with this whole dropping down from light heavyweight to super middleweight, regardless of the opponent or the significance of the fight. So with that being said, then I'm looking for Caleb Plant to win this one. I know he probably feeling himself, and he should be, because he put on a solid performance with Uzi
Kateki, yeah.
Earlier this year in January. It's damn near the first bar of the wrap up. If you ain't hear that shit, it was a pretty mild upset.
Mm-hmm.
He got the skills. He got decent pop. And he's not gonna be having to make some crazy weight class that he hasn't made before. So shit. And now that you done told me that, then man, like it kind of takes the little buzz away from the fight, man. This could be some Ward Dawson shit to me. Like it's like super middleweight and 175 is just the weight difference is just too much for me. Like for someone to drop, like when they get that size, it don't work out. It's like dropping from heavyweight to damn light heavyweight. Like, come on.
Yeah, and usually, obviously, you do that, and obviously there have been severe consequences for fighters who've done that. Like most noticeably, famously, Roy Jones Jr. and Chris Bird. They both did that.
Yeah.
And basically those actions pretty much ended their careers virtually.
Yeah, because it sped up the decline. Yeah. The thing is, Roy Jones kind of fought, he just kept fighting and fighting to where it wasn't even a decline no more. It's just he kind of worked past it, and then you knew he was already shot, past it. Whereas Bird, as soon as he hit that moment, and the decline was just instant, and that was it. He didn't keep fighting a bunch of times.
Well, Bird, in Bird's case though, Bird was slowly getting worn down. Like, let's make those things. You'd be hard pressed to fight anyone at heavyweight that went through what Chris Bird went to. And I'm not a fan of Chris Bird, but you look at that. Yeah, but if you look at that motherfucker's record, like, dude fought monsters. Like, he fought absolute monsters in their primes. And so like this is like, so his record, like I said, when you fight that type of competition, and your body does get worn down, and your body gets used to fighting a certain way at a certain size, and he was already getting worn down. Couldn't fight.
And then the thing is, your body get worn down, and you no longer have the speed advantage that you used to have, because everybody is now faster than you because they're used to being smaller. So yeah, it was just it. But he was already slowing down. But as soon as he moved down, the decline just sped up. Boom, it was done.
It was a wrap. It was a wrap after when he got battered around by that cat who probably retired before Chris Bird did. You know what I'm saying? So
John George.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But yeah, so I don't really like this fight for unless Mike Lee. I mean, different stage in his career. Maybe he got some good nutritionists on board, training's on point, and he could safely make the weight. And I'm not just saying make the weight, but safely make the weight so you could fight and be effective at the weight. It's one thing to make the weight, it's another thing to make the weight and be effective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what it comes down to. If Mike Lee is effective at that weight, then damn, this could be a 50-50 fight right now. But right now, I'm looking at it more like Caleb Plant 70-30 type shit.
See, my thing about this fight is, first of all, I'm just taking away from Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is, I mean, he has some skill. There's no question about that. He has some pop, although he hasn't really stopped anyone in about 3 years, give or take. But the thing about Caleb Plant that I've noticed here, it wasn't even the Uzi fight, too, it was in the Porky fight, is he gets, he does this thing in the first half of the fight, but then he gets worn down, he gets winded, he gets and he doesn't
fade.
He fades, and he doesn't get a second win either. Porky, though, was a little bit. Porky does himself, I think, was working through a knee injury or something like that. And Porky was not on point himself. If Porky was on point, then Caleb Plant would have been in serious trouble. But Porky, and I thought about just the position that Porky was in, that he should have gotten rid of him. And I'm thinking, okay, but Porky's a tough guy. So that was just strike one. But strike two was the Uzi fight. Now, like I said, first half, before he did his thing, knocked him down a couple times, and then he faded. And got busted up. Slowly busted up.
And the knockdowns is what really make him have the fight in the bag, because, without the knockdowns, then you have a closer fight where he probably wins a more of a, a 115, 113 type of fight.
Right.
But with the knockdowns, he kind of just like, okay.
Yeah,
he was almost given a little pass to, to fade at the end.
Yeah, but also too, when he was fading, he was bleeding, like he was leaking everywhere. So that's the thing, is just like, and it wasn't like Uzi was a high volume. Like Uzi wasn't really throwing like he was supposed to. He picked up and it was too late. So this is where I'm like, I stroke my chin at that, and then he's facing Mike Lee. Now Mike Lee, I'm also not high on. I consider Mike Lee probably the most well-known unknown fighter. I mean, this dude got a Subway commercial and didn't accomplish shit. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga was in national TV commercials, like with other known athletes, like he was somebody. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Lee is, it's hard to gauge him because for his time at light heavyweight, he's never really fought anybody of notoriety at all. And he's had some very close fights with some people he shouldn't have. He really shouldn't have a close fight with. So, I mean, dude is about 32-ish or so, and he's 21-0. And he's dropping down away. So, my guess is, I'm thinking that Caleb's brain trust, I probably see him as a cherry pick. And I could also but I could also see it as a cherry pick go wrong, because, like I said, Mike Lee is a big guy. He's a light heavyweight. So if he's able to safely make this weight, because he's never fought any lower than, he's fought as high as 180. And he's fought as low as 173.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's going to be drained. Yeah. Next.
It's a possibility that he'll be drained, but it's also a possibility that if he does make it, and he could blow up. And then he can give Caleb Plant problems. And
his best bet is just to go in there and just mug Caleb Plant and, balls to the wall. Like, if by the fourth round you can't get him out of there, hey, it's a wrap. But, just go for it, man. So you're the bigger guy.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, that's the only way I can see Mike Lee winning this fight. He's gonna have to gas. He's gonna have to stay in Caleb Plant's chest and gas him out. Because I mean, he has decent pop, I guess. It's nothing out of this world, especially with in comparison to the other light heavyweights that roam that division. Yeah. But it could be
heavy hitter that light heavyweight. He ain't on that level.
No. But he does have enough pop that he may be able to bother a super middleweight, especially one that gets busted up pretty easily and gasses. So, I mean, I'll probably put it as a 55-45 for Plant. just off that. But like I said, I could be horribly wrong, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll stick with my 70-30 for Plant.
And so, yeah, but that fight is going to be on the PBC on Fox card. Now, the rest of the fights are obviously on the main pay-per-view fight. The opener is a battle between two former bantamweight champions. It's not even an eliminator or anything, too, but they're known fighters. Luis Neri, who's the former WBC bantamweight champion, will be facing Juan Carlos Payano, who I believe held the WBA version of the of the bantamweight title. LB, how do you see this? How do you see this fight going?
That's a pretty good opener. You got offense, you got toughness. You're gonna see some hands get thrown. I'm leaning a little towards Neri, but Payano's a rough customer. He'll be in there the whole fight, but yeah, I'm leaning toward Neri on this one. But damn, this is a good little opener right here.
I mean, let's put it this way: Neri has a lot of power. He's not. For a bantamweight, dude hits above his weight, and I just seen and prior to Monster knocking up Payano is a tough guy. And he's a tough guy to actually, to stop or whatever. And Monster flattened him with one shot. And Neri has as much power. This is on the same power level as Monster. So I honestly see, and Payano is not much of a puncher. He only has like 9, 10 KOs.
He's just gonna be scrappy about it. Like
he's gonna be very scrappy. And he's gonna be very dirty about it too. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's gonna be a rough ass.
Yeah, but I also think too that Neri's gonna let him up like a Christmas tree. I
mean, Payano's there to get hit. I mean, I feel you on that.
I mean, it really all depends on how well Payano can take Neri's power. Like I said, I mean, I saw him get flattened by Monster with one shot. So it's like.
I mean, that's Monster though. I mean, Neri is up there, but the punch delivery of Monster and just the snap, just the placement, the timing, like Monster's in a different league. But Neri, as far as maybe the rawness of the power, like the shot value, like yeah, he's up there. But as far as the better puncher, then nah. Monster, the best puncher in the sport of boxing to me right now. Been that way for the last couple of years. Like he don't throw one bad punch.
Yeah, he's economical if you want to call it that way, but he's effective, very effective. And but Alex and Neri has, let's say though, Neri is not that type of puncher. Like Monster is, but he hits pretty damn hard. 23 KOs and 29 wins. It says it all. He just doesn't have the notoriety of knocking out people who haven't been knocked out before, like Monster does. So, but Payano, I think it also get a little older too. He's 35. So
we don't know how much the Monster KO kind of took off for him, but
right.
If he's on point, then I think we'll see some type of scrap. I don't think it'll be a garbage fight. I think it's a good little opener. Yeah. Because one guy's a power puncher, he's gonna bring in another guy's a little scrappy, rough volume puncher.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Neri maybe a 5th or 6th round knockout.
I think Neri will probably get rid of him by 3 or 4.
That could happen. But I'm looking at Payano just being a little tougher and just making it rough as hell, where I think he just gets clipped in an exchange or something. Like,
Yep.
But I think he'll hold on, longer than 3 rounds. But if not, then shit. I could see that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously this fight has implications, But anyway, it's not unlimited, but it's pretty much clear that the winner will probably be steered towards one of the champions. in this case, I know Neri's been looking at the WBC champion, the Frenchman. We're, of course, waiting patiently for the bantamweight World Boxing Super Series tournament to end. So yeah, it should be a very entertaining opener, nonetheless. The next fight on there is also interesting too. I mean, this is probably like another crossroads type of fight at welterweight. We have Sergey Lipinets, fresh off his fight of the year caliber fight against Lamont Peterson earlier this year, and he will be facing none other than John Molina Jr. LB, your thoughts?
It's a good fight.
Yeah, I
winner's bracket for welterweights, for the B welterweight, let me see, the B team of welterweights on PBC. Because we know Molina should have got the decision against Figueroa. Mm-hmm. So he's matched up with Lipinets, who stopped Peterson legit. So if Lipinets get this, then if he wins this is a good little win for him. Because it's Figueroa the bigger name, but it's he's kind of floundering, and you want to see Figueroa in bigger fights. Mm-hmm. So John Molina, he's a good name, serviceable dude, been around, always got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, because like I said, I always said before, John Molina Jr. has retard strength in his right hand. It's very, very, very destructive right hand. And my thing is, Sergey Lipinets, of course, has shown a lot of defensive lapses in certain fights. Obviously, he got hit a lot in the Peterson fight. He got hit a lot in the Mikey Garcia fight. He got hit a lot in his title win against the Japanese person he fought.
He always give it back, though. Mm-hmm. He always give it back. He was able to catch Mikey with a bunch of shots.
Oh yeah.
He overwhelmed Peterson. I think this fight with John Molina, I think it's gonna be like a poor man's Matisse and Molina. Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna get a good little back and forth brawl.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're gonna get a stoppage. I guess
Lipinets is gonna. If a stoppage happens, I think it's gonna be an accumulation type of stoppage. As in one or the other one are taking too much punishment. And
a TKO on the ropes type shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so obviously this if Neri Payano is just the one, this is like the caffeine shot. This is the stuff that makes you be like, yeah, because like I said, both of these cats will be swinging. That is for damn sure. And then of course, there's no official implication, but it's just if John Molina Jr. loses, he's probably looking at retirement. If Lipinets loses, he has to go back to the drawing board. It'll be a really quick fall off. You supposed to say something, LB?
Niggas can still get recycled on this one. One of them will probably have to fight Redcast or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But hey,
these niggas never done. PBC always gonna keep these niggas alive. But whoever wins this one, I would like to see him matched up with the winner of the next fight. But I'm leaning toward Lipinets outworking Molina, and maybe if not outworking, at least landing the better, harder shots.
Yeah,
more consistent.
Of course, yes.
And just winning. This a 10-rounder, right? Or is this a 12-rounder?
It's a 10-rounder.
I can see it maybe a 7 rounds to 3, 6 rounds to 4.
Yeah.
Might not get a knockdown.
Yeah, it is.
But I can see Molina getting a knockdown. I can see Yippin.
I can see multiple knockdowns happening. Hello? LB? We are having minor technical difficulties. So for LB. That's unfortunate. Oh, LB, you back?
Yeah, I've been here. Like,
yeah. You went silent, bruh. So if you were talking, I wasn't hearing you.
Oh, word. Nah, all I was saying was, I feel like you said it's a 10-rounder, right? That was about the last thing you heard?
Yeah, 10-rounder.
Yeah, I feel like it could be a maybe a 7 rounds or 3 type of win for Yippin Nets, and if not, maybe 6 rounds to 4. I can see Milena dropping Lipinets. I can see Lipinets dropping Milena. You know, I see a good solid fight out of these two.
Oh, yeah, this could
definitely a good barn burner.
Yeah, there's gonna be some fireworks. I think there's gonna be some mind fire. I think they got trade knockouts for sure in this fight. There's no question about that. Like I said, Crossroads is pretty much John Molina loses, it's probably retirement for him. And then, if Lipinets loses, then you have to go back to the drawing board and think about whether or not he gets you compete at welterweight.
And then Milena gets fed to a slightly bigger name.
Yeah. And,
or maybe he gets that run back with Figueroa.
At some point.
Who knows?
And speaking of Figueroa, he is the co-main event for Pacquiao Thurman. Yes, Omar Figueroa Jr. will face Dennis Ugas. And this is an actual official title eliminator for the WBC, I believe. This is a good fight. I mean, Figueroa, as I've mentioned before, Figueroa has been someone who showed a lot of promise, when he first came on the scene. And then eventually he got into probably one of the damnedest brawls you'll ever see against Naito Arakawa about 5-6 years ago, give or take. And ever since that fight, he hasn't.
Fade.
Yes, it was the forgotten fade. I guess So yeah, we talked about I guess we wrote an article on it. But yeah, it was a hell of a fight. So yeah, if you want to go read the article on it, it's available on our website. If you want to go listen to the podcast about it, or you can just type in Ring Radio on your favorite podcast, podcast platforms, and bam, it'll take you right where you need to be. So, but yeah, Omar hasn't looked anywhere near what he has, battling, possible food issues, drink issues, whatever. And he's coming to these fights out of shape, overweight, not making weight, blowing weight on more than one occasion. Basically, he's kind of a mess. So now we have this fight against Ugas, who acquitted himself well against Sean Porter his last time out. Ugas has really leveled up since his last loss, or prior to that, his last one was to a married mom. LB, how do you see this fight going?
Wow, bruh, like honestly, this is probably the toughest fight to call on the whole card.
Yeah, I believe you.
Because on one hand, Ugas is probably the overall better boxer right now. But due to Figueroa's upside and his intangibles, he might be the one that could benefit from, some good cooking on them scorecards. Especially, off the heels of his last fight with John Molina.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like, if it's one of those fights where if I was training you guys, or if I was speaking to these people, I would just be making sure, like, yo, when y'all fight Figueroa, y'all have to blow him out. Y'all have to make it clear. Like, you can't go in there thinking, okay, if I win 7 rounds and they'll give me the fight, you have to go in there thinking you're gonna win like 9-10 rounds and look for a few knockdowns, and if you could get a stoppage, you push for the stoppage. That's the mentality he has to have for Figueroa, and if he approaches the fight like that, I feel like all this shit I'm saying could very well happen, because I feel like he's the bigger guy. He's naturally, stronger. Figueroa looked like he's a guy that, probably be best at 140, if he had everything together on point.
Nah, fuck that. He needs to be. He'd be best at 135. Yeah, and that's where he was.
I don't think he's making that 135 no more. Like he's a big kid. Like 140, I think he would be on point for like 140, but 147. Not like his punches, he ain't moving nobody unless you done like Ghost like Guerrero was.
Exactly.
But at 147, nah. Like I think from lightweight, his punching was probably maybe an 8, or a 7.5. At welterweight, I think his power is more like a 6, and then he doesn't have the volume like he used to, so. A slightly above average power punching volume puncher with defensive liabilities, does not really quick hands. You see how this is looking like, so. But the thing is, if Figueroa goes in there and it's like he looks better than he did with Molina, and he's going balls to the wall, pressure, like he turns back the clock. And he a young dude, and we talking about turning back the fucking clock. But
right,
if he fight like a prime, Figueroa, like, look, if I beat you guys, then I could get any of these top guys after this, because that's really what's gonna happen. Whoever wins this fight basically could call out the rest of the welterweight division.
Well, like I said,
they'll have some juice to do so.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a WBC eliminator, so basically they're probably waiting on the winner of the WBC title.
Oh yeah, of course, but man, the way should be working with some of these niggas ducking and avoiding, and you don't know who might just say, "All right, let me just throw the bag at him," and
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right on that. But I don't. Oh, go ahead.
I don't mind, hey, if they get the WBC, because I think that's Sean Porter, right?
Yeah, that's Sean for now. That's Showtime Sean for now.
Yeah, or if not, that'll be the winner of Sean Porter or Spence, and even then, that's still a decent opponent if they can't get a bigger fight for them, because if they put on a good show, then it's like, hey, I don't mind seeing Spence or Porter fight the winner of this guy. So they have to put on a show, because you guys, yeah, you could have said he could have got the Porter win, but neither one, they really fought on some draw shit. Like neither one took control like they were supposed to. It was like a less definitive Canelo Jacobs fight. Both these niggas looking at each other and half stepping and juking and shit. Like, one dude was like, you know what? I think I'm doing enough. I am the champ. And then the other guy was like, I think I'm doing enough. I mean, I'm the challenger. I mean, they got to see what I'm doing. And the fight looked just like that. It was underwhelming as fuck. Like, and you're looking at two aggressive guys, and they gave us an underwhelming fight.
Yeah, they both decided they wanted to box that day to cancel out their strengths.
But you could box aggressively. Like, niggas, this is the thing that kill me when motherfuckers be like, all right, man, box, take your time. Like, look, you could fucking box and be alert and still be shooting out fucking 50, 60 punches a fucking round. Like, what's with this fucking boxing and, niggas be like, all right, yeah, I think, 33 punches is enough. That's basically 13 punches a round, a minute of each round. Like, You're literally throwing 10 punches every fucking minute. Like, nah. Fuck out of here. Like, box like you got, like you worth a damn, nigga. Like,
Word.
so with that being the case, you know, I could see fuckery on the scorecards for this fight, but they gotta be selective because usually they can't have the crazy big decision type of robbery on the fucking co-main or on the undercards, because that means if something fucked up happens in the damn main event, it'll go left.
Right.
So that's why this fight's important, where it needs to fucking be a clear, definitive win, so that energy just keep going into the fucking main event.
That's absolutely real talk.
But as far as who I'm picking, I don't know, man. Let me hear what you gotta say first on this.
Man, see, I'm probably picking Ugas. With the one thing, like I said, Omar's, you know, fan-friendly volume style took him places, took him to a belt, took him to a hard fight, you know, took him to one of the damnest fights you'll ever see. But there's something about Figueroa that makes me think that Son is ready for his first leg. Like I honestly think that he will get beat sooner than later. And Ugas, you know, that's what you think about his performance against Porter. He gave Porter fits. He gave him a lot of fits with his boxing.
He did.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, so that's what I'm leaning. I'm gonna lean towards Ugas. Figueroa, I just think that Figueroa issues will eventually start to take hold and actually, you know, be a reason.
You guys have the temperament to put his foot on the gas and really fucking try to take the fight. That's my thing, because I feel like if he doesn't do that, it's gonna be like a Corabo Valine type of fight where these niggas fuck around and we get one of these goddamn draws again. Like I don't know if Figueroa has it in him to fight 3 minutes of each round, like he used to in his prime or when he was smaller.
And he should be in his prime right now, but that's just it's a whole nother conversation.
But on the other hand, I don't know if you guys has the temperament to fucking just say, you know what, I'm gonna just take this. I'm not trying to lay back and be cute and give niggas fits. I'm trying to give niggas fades. Like, so one person is, so on one side it's a mental thing. The other thing on the other side it's a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes it so fucking hard, because boxing is both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I said.
It's hard. Like, I don't know. It's like I really like. And then on the other hand, when you know Figueroa has the bigger name, like the upside where they could really spin an event out of him with one of these other welters. I hate to do political fucking picks, but I might go by Figueroa controversial decision or draw or some majority decision or draw or some shit. You know what? I'ma just call a goddamn draw, nigga. Draw.
Yeah, there you go. You know, it's a draw.
Yeah. And the fight, and the thing is, the fight is gonna look that way where you're gonna be like, damn, like it was good, but it just seemed like none of these niggas, like neither one could just take over. Like, and I hate that type of energy going into a main event, but fuck it, you know, sometimes that's just how it be. I'd rather see a damn a good fight that ends up being a draw where I'm like, yeah, okay, fuck it, than where it's a flat out robbery draw.
Yeah, Lord knows we've had plenty of those lately.
Oh, tell me about it. It's a new robbery.
Yeah, but you know, so yeah, I mean, those are our opinions on that particular fight, which now.